Masculinity is becoming rare and rare. Because of this, self-harming rate in men is so high. Men can't live without respect, and that's a fact. In this video, we will share the real definition of masculinity. We will take help from 5 different philosophies and tips on how to boost masculinity as these philosophies proposes. So without further delay, let's start the video. Chapter 1. Stoicism and the Resilient Man. Stoicism is a philosophy that emphasizes resilience, rationality, and emotional control. At its core, it teaches us to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity, fostering inner strength and fortitude. A stoic man navigates life's challenges with grace and dignity, focusing on what he can control rather than worrying about what he can't. The Stoic approach to masculinity involves accepting life's ups and downs without becoming overwhelmed by external circumstances. For example, when faced with a sudden setback at work, a Stoic man would accept the situation without undue emotion. He would assess the situation objectively, learn from it, and formulate a plan to move forward. To boost masculinity through Stoicism, practice mindfulness meditation regularly. To cultivate awareness and emotional control, reflect on the transient nature of life. To better handle challenges with equanimity. Journaling is another helpful practice that allows you to identify and understand your thoughts and feelings, providing clarity and resilience. Additionally, embody Stoic virtues such as courage, wisdom, and justice. Seek opportunities to strengthen your resilience by embracing discomfort and adversity as opportunities for growth. By adopting a Stoic mindset, you can cultivate a strong, resilient masculinity that endures life's trials. Chapter 2. Existentialism and the Authentic Man. Existentialism is a philosophy that centers on individual freedom and the responsibility to create one's own meaning in life. An existential man embraces authenticity, striving to live according to his own values rather than conforming to societal expectations. This approach allows him to find deeper purpose and satisfaction in his life. To practice existentialism, begin by examining your beliefs and values. Reflect on the kind of life you want to lead and what truly matters to you. For instance, if you feel unfulfilled in your current career, consider what would bring you genuine joy and satisfaction. Then take responsibility for your choices and pursue a path aligned with your true self. An existential man understands that his life is finite, and this awareness motivates him to live intentionally. He makes choices that reflect his individuality and avoids falling into complacency or existential dread. This might involve stepping out of his comfort zone to pursue a passion project or challenge himself to grow in new ways. To boost masculinity through existentialism, embrace the freedom of choice and take ownership of your actions. Reflect on life's existential questions, such as the meaning of existence and the inevitability of death. To cultivate a sense of purpose, by living authentically and fearlessly, you can embody a strong, self-directed masculinity. Chapter 3. Confucianism and the Virtuous Man. Confucianism is a philosophy that emphasizes moral integrity, respect for others, and harmonious relationships. A Confucian man seeks to cultivate virtue in all aspects of his life, striving to be a positive influence in his community and to live according to principles such as benevolence, loyalty, and humility. Central to Confucian masculinity is the concept of Ren, which refers to humaneness or compassion toward others. Practicing Ren involves treating people with kindness, understanding, and empathy. A Confucian man shows respect for his family, peers, and society at large, aiming to foster harmony in his relationships. To boost masculinity through Confucianism, focus on self-cultivation and continuous learning. This involves seeking knowledge and wisdom to improve yourself and your understanding of the world. Reflect on your conduct and how you interact with others, making an effort to be considerate and just. Additionally, practice rituals and traditions that promote respect and humility, such as bowing or expressing gratitude. Mentor and support others in your community, helping them grow and succeed. By embodying the virtues of Confucianism, you can cultivate a strong, virtuous masculinity that positively impacts those around you. Just a quick reminder, if you're enjoying this video, please consider like and subscribe, and thanks a lot if you did already. Moving on. Taoism and the balanced man. Taoism is a philosophy that emphasizes living in harmony with the natural world and the Tao, the underlying order of the universe. A Taoist man embraces balance in all aspects of his life, seeking to align himself with the flow of nature and its rhythms. This approach to masculinity values adaptability, patience, and simplicity. The key concept in Taoism is Wei, often translated as effortless action or non-striving. Practicing Wei means allowing events to unfold naturally without forcing or resisting them. For example, when faced with a personal relationship conflict, a Taoist man might step back and observe the situation objectively, allowing it to resolve itself without attempting to control the outcome. To boost masculinity through Taoism, cultivate mindfulness and practice meditation to connect with your inner self and the world around you. Strive to embrace the natural course of events and approach challenges with a calm, composed mindset. This might involve letting go of unnecessary attachments or expectations. Incorporate practices that promote simplicity and minimalism, such as decluttering your living space and focusing on quality over quantity in your daily life. By embracing the principles of Taoism, you can develop a balanced, centered masculinity that flows with the currents of life. Chapter 5. Nietzschean Philosophy and the Overcoming Man. Nietzschean philosophy is centered around the idea of the Übermensch, or overman, an individual who transcends conventional human limitations to achieve greatness. Masculinity, in this context, involves striving to realize one's full potential through self-overcoming and self-mastery. A Nietzschean man seeks to embrace his passions and assert his will to power. To embody Nietzschean masculinity, one must strive for continual growth and improvement, pushing beyond comfort zones to overcome challenges. This might involve setting ambitious goals and working relentlessly toward achieving them. For instance, someone training for a marathon would embrace the physical and mental struggle as a means of attaining excellence and demonstrating mastery over himself. A Nietzschean man understands the importance of creating his own values and living by them. He is willing to question traditional norms and beliefs, seeking to forge his own path. This approach to masculinity involves cultivating a strong sense of self-determination and confidence in one's abilities. To boost masculinity through Nietzschean philosophy, practice setting and pursuing personal goals that challenge you to grow. Reflect on your strengths and talents and seek ways to develop and apply them. Embrace challenges as opportunities to demonstrate your willpower and achieve greatness. By adopting a Nietzschean mindset, you can cultivate a powerful, assertive masculinity that leads to self-mastery and fulfillment. Chapter 6. Buddhism and the Compassionate Man. Buddhism is a philosophy and spiritual tradition centered around the teachings of the Buddha. It emphasizes the path to enlightenment through mindfulness, compassion, and understanding the nature of suffering. A Buddhist man cultivates inner peace and self-awareness, striving to live with compassion and kindness toward all beings. Central to Buddhist masculinity is the practice of mindfulness and meditation, which allow one to observe thoughts and emotions without attachment or judgment. This self-awareness leads to a deep sense of tranquility and equanimity, even in challenging situations. To boost masculinity through Buddhism, practice meditation regularly to develop mindfulness and inner clarity. Reflect on the Four Noble Truths, which outline the nature of suffering and the path to liberation. Embrace the Eightfold Path as a guide to ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. Additionally, cultivate compassion and loving kindness toward others through practices such as metta meditation. That only means loving kindness. This involves sending well wishes and positive thoughts to yourself and others, fostering a sense of interconnectedness and empathy. By embracing Buddhist principles, you can develop a compassionate masculinity that prioritizes peace, self-awareness, and kindness toward all beings. This approach to life leads to a more harmonious and fulfilling existence. I always say in my all videos, learn from each of them. It's growth mentality. Differentiating positive to negative is also a talent. So as we end the video, let me ask you, who are you? Write down in the comments and watch my next video, that appearing left of your screen. Peace.